dear children of class 2. I hope you all are keeping good. So today we begin with a new topic in EVS, that is Means of Communication, Chapter 16. So what do you understand by communication? Communication is the way of expressing our thoughts and ideas. In other words, we can say communication means sending or receiving message from one end to other. We can express our feelings to other by speaking, by writing. It also means giving information. Communication can be one-way communication or two-way communication. One-way communication. It means that information flows only in one way. For example, television, radio, newspaper. Now, information flows to you, but you cannot send your information to them. This is one-way communication. Two-way communication. In this, there is exchange of information. When you talk to your friend also talks to you, right? Your friend replies to you. Examples are phone, internet, letter. Letter is a slow way of communication. It takes time. All living beings communicate with each other in different ways. Now let's see the different means of communication. In ancient days, earlier days, when there was no internet, no electricity, how people used to communicate? By sending messages through pigeons, right? So, pigeon was one of the means of communication. This was a slow means of communication. Even horsemen were also used for sending royal messages in early ages. In ancient times, messages used to be written on a scroll made of cloth or some special kind of paper. The scroll had two wooden or metallic rods at the end, which helped the paper or the cloth to be rolled. The scroll would be taken by a piece of thread, and messengers would take it from one place to another. During the days when there was no phones, internet, how people used to communicate? Through letters. We used to write letter and enclose inside an envelope and sealed. We write the address of the person to whom we are sending this letter on the envelope and then put a stamp on it, right? Then we drop the sealed envelope into a letter box. The postman collects all letters from the box and takes them to the post office, and there, according to the address, the letters are sorted out. Then the postmaster takes these letters to the places where the address has been mentioned. So this is how the letter reaches the receiver. Next is telephones. You know who invented telephone? Alexander Graham Bell invented telephone. These are electronic media of communication. This is a two-way communication, right? Also a fastest means of communication. Here we can immediately talk and get the reply from the person by dialing the phone number. Next is radio and television. Now, news and entertainment programs are broadcast on radio and television. Radio can be used only for the audio purpose. That means only for listening. You cannot watch. Whereas television can broadcast both audio and video for communication. So we get news. We get some information. Next is newspaper. Now, newspapers are the cheapest means of communication. They are printed in several languages, and these newspapers are delivered to the doorsteps of the individuals. Newspaper is the example of one-way communication. Now let's see, the next means of communication is fax machine. Now fax machine sends and receives documents, that is any printed material, and this is faster than postal mail or any other delivery. A fax machine is connected through a telephone line, and to send fax we need a fax number, right? Now children, let's read from a EVS book. Let's read from the EVS book, Means of Communication, page 99. When we talk or write to someone, it is known as communication. We communicate with people to share our ideas, thoughts and information. Today we have different means of communication that help us to communicate with others. In big cities, we can find many different means of communication. Let us learn about them. Letters. We send letters to other people through post. First, what we do? We write a letter and then we put it in an envelope and write the address of the person we are sending it on the envelope. Then we paste stamps on it, right? Then we drop the sealed envelope into a letter box. And then you know what happens? The postman collects the letters from the letter box and takes them to the post office. There the letters are sorted to be sent to different places. The postman then delivers the letters at the addresses written on the envelopes. Right? This is one means. Now, telephones. The telephone is one of the fastest means of communication. We can instantly talk to someone by dialing that person's phone number. Instantly means immediately we can speak to them. Who has invented telephones? Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Yes, you should know. Fax machines. A fax machine is used to instantly send a copy of a letter to another fax machine connected through a telephone line. In order to send a letter by fax, we need to know the fax number of the other person. Newspaper and radio. A newspaper tells us everything that is happening around us in the world. It is one of the cheapest means of communication. We listen to the news, music and other programs on the radio. Television. In short, what do we say? We are used to calling TV, isn't it? It's actually television. We can see and hear what is happening around the world by watching the news on television. We can also watch other programs on it. So children, today we will do up to television. In the next class, we will continue. Till then, read this chapter till wherever I have taught you. Bye children.